Hi Libra, welcome back for your September reading. I am a bit sick, so sorry for the delay. And for those of you that have made bookings and allowed me to reschedule, thank you. You wouldn't have had a person to talk to because my voice was gone. Now, I'm not going to do the in-betweeners on this video, and that's because time is not going to permit, because I've left myself with 3 days to do these videos due to being sick. Way it goes. So I may upload them as a separate edition for those of you who are at a crossroad and don't know what to do. The twin flame readings are still going to be up every 2 weeks, and as I get back on top of things, I will add additional readings to the channel. If you're wanting a booking, you can go to the link directly below. Also, if you're wanting to see some of the products that are going to be up on the shop at the website, you can look at the link directly below, and I do place photos on Instagram and Facebook, so you can get regular updates as to what's happening with the channel, promotions that I hold. So I'll put the links to Facebook and Instagram directly below, so that if you want to follow, you can follow. Okay, so we're going to do the general part, and as I'm placing the cards out, I'll give you a heads up as to what my intuition is picking up for you guys at the moment, Libra. Okay, so I'll leave those there. Okay, for you guys, you're taking your power back. You're getting to a point where everything has been quite balanced, and everything has been flowing according to, you know, what you've manifested and how you have been guided to take action. But something has felt slightly out of balance for you, and because you're quite intuitive, you've come to a place where you've had to pull your power back, and you've had to come to a place where you're trying to bring the correct balance back so that fairness is connected. Now, when I'm saying that, I'm meaning it can be anything connected to time management, to you balancing a fairness connected to people and individuals. This can be in your personal life or at work directly, how it's going to relate. But it feels as though balance for you, even though you are a Libran, you're okay for it to be out of balance. You're a very fair person, but your power has been changed to a point where now the acceptance level is very different, and it has to be balanced. And it's not that you're getting edgy because it's out of balance. It's you're more rational, connected to your sense of balance with time, your sense of balance with people, what you will and won't tolerate. And this can be with loved ones. It can be with, you know, your children, with a work environment. In general, it feels like your energy's changed, and you're gently trying to bring the balance back. You are going to have some celebrations, and this can be announcements as such. Also, on a working level, where your career is advancing, some of you have questions connected to, are you going in the right direction? Now you are, and you are putting a lot of work in, but what you're going to find is any slowdown in a sense of progress is not a slowdown. So what you're going to find is it's going to plateau to a point where it looks like no progress is happening. And then after a short while, what you're going to find is any hard work you put into the scenario, I'm seeing that the forward motion will plateau forward very quickly. So where you're not seeing huge results connected to your career, please don't be disheartened by the scenario. What you're going to find is the work you put in now is groundwork and foundation. And what will then happen from there on in will be a staggered effect of the climb. So it won't be you're pushing uphill, it will be you're rolling up the hill, and there will be forward motion and success. The delay is there so that you can handle other aspects of life. Although you're keeping the equilibrium going, what you're finding is that sense of balance has been placed in your mind to be prepared for what's to come. Okay, so general. Okay, this is for your family section now. And I'm going to try and keep these short because I've got 12 videos to do and the twin flame. So they're going to get straight to the point. And as I said, if you are going to want a booking, please feel free to go through to the website and make a booking. And you can pick a date, a time, and a style of reading you're wanting. Okay. Family. Looks interesting. Okay, money. Oops. Oops. Okay, so in your family section, okay, some events are happening in a sense that you're going to hear something, but it can be reminiscent of the past connected to a family member. And the odd thing is this is connected to a grandmother figure in your life. Now, this could be on a partner's side or on your physical side in your family, mother and father, and a grandparent that has passed over. It can be connected to an anniversary. Now, the storytelling, in a sense, is a connection to don't forget the history you have with this family. And that, you know, this person was very important and very special. And that they're guiding you and others around them for you all to see the light. And they're wanting you to keep quite positive within your family. And they're asking you not to stress over scenarios that they're handling it from their side. And this can be connected to money. It can also be connected to any forward motion you're wanting in your life and in your love life. They're trying to tell you that they want you not to stress on it. Now, connected to your career and money, like I was saying, any time out that you're needing, you're going to have to physically do. So if it means for you to move, in a sense of having a holiday or getting unwell, take it as a sign from the universe. Don't take it personally. Work with the energy because it's a temporary pause. It's not going to be a permanent pause. You will have, on a financial level, something to celebrate. And it can be a birth of an idea or something you've been working on to manifest. It's going to come to fruition. Have patience and have courage connected to it because it is going to move forward. Know that you have everything it takes to make this scenario happen. Don't hide the talents that you have because they're a gift to all and they're going to move forward. And your talents and who you are is actually going to help you move leaps and bounds forward. Connected to your general section, know that anything that's going to come up this month, you're going to have the wisdom to handle and you're going to do it with poise. And it can be on a healing level, especially in a monetary sense. You do have the Midas touch at the moment and you will be able to co-create anything you're wanting. So be very careful of your mindset and what you're thinking. Your future is going to be positive. So if you are sweating the small things, try not to. We all have good and bad days. It's temporary. Change is happening, especially in October. Even though we're in September, I can see change for you guys in October, and that's not because it's your birthday for some of you. Okay, so I'm going to do the singles first. We're going to swap it. And that's because not everyone is coupled. Okay, singles first on this occasion. I may get to a point where I actually place them separate so that you can actually watch which video directly applies. And then you're not having to tag it, time point it. Okay, singles, what's going on with you guys? These cards aren't negotiating with me today. You guys are wanting to talk to somebody about something and you're not quite knowing how to address the situation, how to bring the subject up. You do have a friend that is causing you troubles at the moment and you're not knowing how to directly address it. That's on a very, standard level, not romance connected. Okay. Moving into the month, your intuition is going to be your best asset. And anything you're going to deal with connected to romance, connected to money, please go on your intuition this month, because you're ahead of your time in a sense of you're going to sense things and you will be able to directly deal with them prior to them even having an outcome as per se. Okay, there is going to be a celebration. This can be in your life that you actually receive news of a birth of a child or somebody new coming into your life. If you're wanting to co-create a happy family and a wonderful life for yourself and you're wondering, is that ever going to happen? It's saying yes, it is going to happen. So have patience with it and have faith in yourself. Your intuition tells you that this is correct, but you might be questioning it at this point in time. There are delays connected to it, but don't let that put you off. It's a temporary delay. You may have legalities connected to a prior scenario that you're currently dealing with, and due to that, you're thinking you're never going to have that happy life. It's not to say there's not going to be a happy life. It's just that you're dealing with that current energy at the moment for some of you. Separately, this can be a contract or something that you're changing, so it's a sense of balance and fairness. In the first week, try not to jump the gun on it. Let scenarios play out so that you have all the adequate information to make that assessment, but your intuition automatically will tell you the truth of the matter. Once you have that information, you're going to be able to move forward and you will be able to deal with it head on so that you can have the very best outcome connected to it. Even though you're going to have forward motion and information coming to you, there is going to be delays, but it's nothing that you can't handle. You're used to that. It's like you sort of wake up and you say, okay, going to deal with the day. In years gone by, you may have gone, what next? Now you don't do that. You have come to a place where you accept, in a sense, that there is the good and bad in every day. You're going to be very balanced, connected to your cash and in your love life of what you're giving so that you can protect yourself. Okay, I'm feeling for some of you, you may have transitioned through from a relationship into where you are right now. This is for some of you. Connected to something that has already occurred. You're not feeling optimistic connected to it. You need to change your vibration. Now, a lot of times when we're in that vibration, it's because of something previously that has happened. So we need to change that frequency so we can come to a place where we realize we're not going to continue to co-create the same sense of outcome. That sometimes it's that little bird on your shoulder talking to you saying, this is all you're ever going to have. It's, you know, it's not going to get any better. It's okay to be in that vibration, especially when you're healing. But try to keep yourself busy to a point where you realize that's not real. It's a day. It's a sense of a transition you're going through. It's temporary. And what has happened previously is not reenacting in the here and now. You will get your passion back in a sense of what you're wanting and who you are to the core, so that you can have a sense of a connection with a person. If something is out of balance within a scenario in your life in a romantic sense, I'm very nasally, I'm so sorry, you are going to have a connection. So it is going to come back in a sense. You have forgiveness that needs to come through. At times when you're going through that transition, it doesn't happen right away, but they're asking you to keep an open mind. So if you're dealing with a person and one day they're hot, one day they're cold, don't take it personal. It's not directly connected to you. It's part of a cycle of how it's meant to go. You need to trust the process. Reconciliation at this point is not happening, but it's not to say that it's not. It's asking you to keep an open mind and look at it as a process rather than it's a no. That's what I'm being told. If in your mind you've heard a word and it means it's no, instead of putting pressure on the scenario, try to work with the energy of what you currently have to see why it's not quite ready for that. Now, the reconciliation for the singles can also be you coming to terms with the fact that perhaps you're not quite ready for a relationship yet, that you have other dynamics coming through. Now, when there's delays connected to relationships or forward movement in work, it's always a direct reason why. And it's usually because something else is highlighted in your life that's important. This can be your health, it can be your career, it can be that a parent needs attention. There's generally a reason why. There are blocks connected to certain scenarios, and with your chakra, doing work on your chakra, that can actually assist. Okay, couples, what's going on with you guys? Should have done it separate. I could have blown my nose. That's the way it goes. You'll have to deal with my sinus, sorry. I've done this video 3 times. The last one I was yawning and coughing, so didn't think that was appropriate. Oh, couples. Okay. Libra, you're stepping into your power. You're being very assertive. A lot of your energy has changed where you're owning what you need and what you have expectations connected to. You don't have all the information in front of you, and at times you're coming to a place where you're thinking, is it even worth the energy? You're also wanting to say something, but you're also gauging the situation and know that you're going to choose your battles. You're going to choose the timing and things that you need to say. You're not going to speak for the sake of speaking. It's like you're watching a projector and a movie, and you're connecting the dots in this scenario to work out how to directly address it. You're trying to be neutral as well as a mediator. And you're having your good days and your bad days. September is moving in a very different direction though. You'll become used to juggling quite a large workload. Oh boy, very interesting. And you're changing the energy connected to this connection. Okay, I'm picking two energies now. There are some of you that a scenario is going to come to a head. Now, this is where you're going to say you've done the work, you've looked at the scenario, and it's fixable. And when I say fixable, I don't mean it's broken. I mean, does it vibrationally connect with you? Now, for some reason, it's split down the middle. Some of you will be doing all you can to visually see, yay or nay. The others of you, it's boding fantastically. So if you've stepped into your power a few months ago, it's boding well. If you had stepped into your power, but vibrationally speaking, the person you're connected to, and I don't know how this is turning into an in-betweeners, but that's the way it's going. So I'll pull 3 cards for the in-betweeners and 3 for the stayers, if that makes sense. But no, I'll pull 3 for the in-betweeners. Okay, directly connected to the first week of September, there's a tad of stagnation. That's the way you visually see it. But you're willing to stay until you can see a small sense of movement. You know it's right there. As I said in the general section, don't sweat the small things. Follow your intuition. There may be a pause, but that's not to say there's not going to be movement. More clarity is coming, but you need to see a sense of movement in order to be able to move with this situation. Okay, after the small amount of stagnation I'm sensing, and this could be due to sickness, it could be due to finances, or any sense of forward movement connected within the relationship. There's a bit of glare there, sorry. What you're going to find is things are going to pick up, and it will be quite passionate, and I do see things moving in a correct direction. Okay, you're very kind connected to this scenario, and you've been very patient. People do see that, and people do appreciate who you are and what you do. But don't let yourself get taken advantage of. But I'm not feeling that. I'm feeling as though the success you're having is due to who you are, not what you've done or what you give. It's due to the tolerance and the patience and the understanding that you're not expecting Rome to be built in a day, but you do have an expectation that there does need to be progress of scenarios coming. Okay, your intuition and your dreams and any premonitions you might have had connected to this scenario within your love life are correct, and it's here to say, yes, you're on the right path. It's also boding well. So any pause will move forward because of who you are and the connection to your life path. It is boding well. Follow your intuition and any signs you're having. You have an interesting card here. You've got the Lover's card, and I always directly connect the Lover's card to the Twin Flame. Okay, this person, or you might feel very excited because an aspect of your premonition and what you're seeing is coming to fruition. Try and keep your energy balanced, although it might be you have a sense of humour connected to this, and it might be an individual as per se who is a little bit like that, where they're putting a front on and they're not directly seeing the connection. I think they are seeing it, within the loving romantic scenario that you're both in. But this is a divine union, and this is a deep connection, i.e. twin flame. Now, so try and work with the energies this month. Oops. And I feel if you're patient and you do the work and you own your voice, you're going to get the best possible outcome this month. Keep positive and own your power. In-betweeners. What's going on with you guys? Interesting. Okay. The reason things are going to change for you guys who, as I said, I can feel two energies coming through. And for some of you, it's this energy here where there's stagnation. It's going to trigger two aspects. Some of you will say enough is enough. I've dealt with this long enough. Some of you will understand it's a piece of the puzzle and a process. So it depends on how you want to directly deal with that energy. Is enough enough? Or are you going to wait for all that hard work you've placed and faith in this scenario to see it through? Now, for some of you vibrationally, if you feel enough is enough, it's the correct decision for you to make. And you need to actually own that because it's your path to choose. Now, connected to money, it can be aspects of assets that are going to be dealt with, and it can be that your passion lies elsewhere. That maybe vibrationally speaking, on a self-preservation point of view, you're needing to focus on something that you're actually passionate about. And it might be that your career is actually taking you elsewhere, and this is impacting your love life at this point in time. Although you feel there will be a loss, if the decision is made where you feel you have to walk away due to, it might be cash, it might be a job, it may be that you are being realistic because you can see a cycle has ended. You will feel the loss and it will make you feel confused, but nevertheless you will own that decision. Now, if you are wanting a booking, you can go to the link directly below. Thank you.